Hi there, in my kitchen, proudly rocking my new title. Yeah, Baking Queen. My neighbor gave me these yesterday. And I'm taking full advantage of it, having fun with that. It is New Year's Eve day, and my plan was to sit and read through my journaling from this year. Every year when I was single, I would, at the end of the year, read through my journaling from that year. And I used to journal a lot. When I got married, I basically quit journaling. But in the last few years, I've kind of started doing more again. So I really have no sense of how much I journaled this year, and I haven't gotten to it because, of course, I got distracted with a sourdough bowl and working on some sandwich bread. So that project went on hold, and now a friend is coming over. So I think I will sit down and at least look back and see how much I've written this year. But what I have done this morning is the last couple days I have been just diving in. I get on these missions, or I get on these little rabbit trails, big rabbit trails, I don't know, where something catches my attention and I just fly into studying that. So like I kept noticing this phrase, wait for the Lord, in what I was reading in Psalms. And then also in Isaiah, I read chapter 5. I'll read it instead of try and remember it. So it's going through some woes, and it says in verse 19, the woe carrying over. Woe to those who say, let God hurry, let him hasten his work so we may see it. Let it approach, let the plan of the Holy One of Israel come so we may know it. And when I read that, and I had read in Psalms the same day about waiting for the Lord, it just caught my attention, which is, it's a phrase, it's a Psalm 27:14 is something I memorized, I think, in high school, and one that has really stuck with me. A lot of the things I memorize are gone, but that one is one that stuck with me. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. And so I already am kind of programmed on that thought, but those two things caught me, and I'm like, I wonder how much this idea, this phrase, is in Scripture. And I went through and found like a little over 20 of them where it's wait for the Lord. And then I was like, I guess there are other ways. It came up in different ways, started seeing it in different ways too. And so I just looked up the word wait and looked at how many of those were in the same context. Sorry, I'm distracted by the squirrel on the feeder. Oh, he's getting less scared of me. So yesterday he was scared of me, but not today. Anyway, so what was I saying? Wait for the Lord. So anyway, I looked up, I have been diving down this hole on waiting, this idea of waiting for the Lord. And so I wrote out, I think I came up with around 60 different references, and wrote them all down because I used a few different translations, because sometimes some versions will say hope in some places and some say wait. Anyway, got all those references, and now I'm looking them up and typing up a whole document so I can just kind of look at it all at one place. And so that's what I've been focusing on, and the journaling thing has kind of gotten on the back burner. So my dad made a breakfast casserole, a French toast casserole, baked French toast. That's what it's called. No, it's called French toast casserole. Anyway, and he's done that for visitors a few times, and we've really liked it. And my mother-in-law wanted that casserole for Christmas at their brunch that they were doing, so I made my dad's recipe. I just have been enjoying it so much, I decided to make a half recipe for my husband and I, but then when I made it the other day, I thought, wow, I didn't realize how sweet this is. So when I make French toast, normally I never put any sugar in it, just milk, eggs, and bread, that's it. So I thought, surely this can be made without the sugar and all the butter and all the stuff. So I'm going to experiment with it. I have a friend coming over, and I have a sourdough sandwich loaf, a little bit of that left. I cut that up and did the cream and orange zest, half of it as fresh squeezed orange juice with zest. So that's what I've done here, and cut up the rest of my sandwich loaf, put it in. I didn't feel like I had quite enough bread in it, so I added a cranberry muffin, cranberry orange pecan muffin that I had frozen from Christmas as well. I threw one of those in here as well, and my oven just, oh, I don't have it turned up high most. Turn it on broil, right? That speeds things up. That's what I love to do when I'm in a hurry. Lavishly buttered my pan, and I've been letting my bread soak, and I'm just gonna let that, I'm just gonna pour that in and bake it and see. I'll see what my friend says, see what I think, see if this is a new go-to way to do the French toast casserole. Pesky squirrel! Moving a little faster that time. Oh, I see him under the car. He's coming out again. Uh-huh. I see you, squirrel. Ooh, and there's another one. The timer just went off. It smells heavenly in here. I've got another puzzle going. After my first one was finished, I scrambled it up and started another one. Alright, our heads were cut off in that whole thing, but I do it this way again. Oh, look at that. Our heads were cut off. Alright, our heads were cut off in that whole thing, but the evaluation is, yeah, it's good. I would do it again without the sugar.
Yeah, I think it's sweet enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way it's more soaked in like bread pudding.
Mm-hmm.